So 2011, I was in Foursquare Convention in Atlanta. Pastor Francis Chan, he was preaching. He was saying how he lived his church, how God was calling him to a different ministry. And through that moment, I was considering a lot of stuff, putting attention, and I had this moment, everybody disappeared in the room. It was just me and God, and that room, it was like 5,000 pastors. In the moment, I feel I was by myself. And part of my life, I live in the jungle in Mexico, and I see my heart, how much I love the indigenous people. And I hear a call from God. They say, I sending you to the Indian reservations. I want you to bring those hearts back to me. And when I hear that, before I answer, before I say yes, I hear this loud bass drum, like boom, boom. I realized it was God's heart beeping for the Native American people. It was telling me His love, His compassion, His grace for Native people. And when I hear that, I just fall in love with the love that God has for Native American people. So I say yes. I go, Lord. I go. In that moment, I was a pastor. I had my own congregation. So we come back home. I told Monique, hey, I had to tell you something. And Monique told me, I had to tell you something too, because Monique was in California, I was in Atlanta. When I told Monique what happened, Monique, it was in a preview show. We have a Spanish church, so every other month we have all these churches coming together in the night to pray for different cities. And when Monique was there, he had this short vision. It was in the altar worship, and every time he closed his eyes, you see this woman, buckskin, he was dancing, and Monique said, what is that, Lord? This is like, what was that? And there we come back, we know the God that was calling us, we know the God that was conforming to us, they was sending us to the Native American reservation. So we start planning to leave everything, to leave what we have, to leave our church to somebody else, to sell our house and everything what we have, and we start traveling around the country preaching the gospel in different reservations. Our first reservation was Navajo reservation. Today we have a lot of relations in that reservation and all around the country.
When we go out to reservations, we've seen the devastation that was caused, unfortunately, by the church and by our American history. When we look at Native American people, for the most part, it wasn't a very good history. And so here we are coming in the name of the person that they blame, perhaps, right? And so what we try to do is we try to come in and we just love people. We love people, and we literally say, can people see Jesus without saying that you're a Christian? That's our number one goal, that our actions and our words and everything that we do represents Jesus without even saying His name. And that would be the hook that allows us to speak Jesus into their lives.
So that's our ministry. We always what we do, we're thinking how we can build this person, how we can deposit God's heart over this person so he can be the leader for his community, because we know that one leader, it can change a nation.
We look at when we chose to be missionaries, and we really wanted Foursquare to be a part of our vision. It was because we saw our legacy in what Amy did, right? Amy had the heart to do things because God told her to do. It was the 20s. Women were not empowered, or were not allowed to vote. Segregation was in full action. And she's like, I don't care. God told me to preach. I'm a woman and I'm gonna do it. God told me to save the African American and the Hispanic, and to go out and travel to Crow Country in Montana and pray for a little Indian lady to be healed. And because of that encounter, that Indian lady returned back to her reservation and became the pastor of her church. And that church is our Spirit of Life church in Montana. It's going to be 100 years old from the time that Amy visited. And so people still are our passion. Not building the church building, not building the most beautiful worship session. Is quite simple. Just bring people to the feet of Jesus. Let all the other things be the tool and the blessing, but the essential root of it all is just Jesus, right? Jesus, and listening to his voice and doing what he says.
We literally see God move in a powerful way, and we experience fruit. We say, oh my God, this is like an acceleration. No, not really. It was legacy. People was working for many years till we can enjoy what we enjoy now.
If we can instill in people to read the word, do what it says, and disciple someone to take our place, then we've got it made, and legacy will always continue.
My name is Yaseer Handall, and my wife Monique Handall.
And Arise Ministry is our legacy.